Okay, we got our metal cut. Now I don't want to remove a ton of metal cleaning up my cuts, so I use the flat disc. Now, we know on here, this is 9 inches up. So we need the same thing here, but radius. So I'm going to measure the 9-inch up. And my markers don't want to work, but and then I'm going to go 7 down, well, 2 over and 2 under. Losing light, very overcast day out here today. I guess if I turn so you guys could see, it would help some. Now, we just go down to our first line. I mean, don't just crank it over, you know, slowly work with it. Still need more. And this is kind of why I put them lines on there, so you kind of have a rough idea. Let me get this set up on the workbench. I'll be right back. Hey, look at that. We can see. I decided to bring a light out. All right, now that's about what we want. I'm gonna have to measure it out now and trim this, which I'm not an awesome metal fabricator. This is learning as I go. But I have my radius, and it's a little tall, but like I said, I was gonna cut extra on each side. Our width, I really didn't go any wider. I mean, that is right at there. So the width, we're good. So I'm gonna measure from the apex down 9 inches, and I'll trim the bottom. Once I get that trimmed in here, then I'll trim this back side. But that's what it's going to look like, and then I'm going to build sides for it, and it's going to have hinges here. So when I need the winch, I just undo the clasp, that goes up, I use my winch, and then come down. And so we're getting there. Just wanted to show that's using the pipe anvil. And I'm gonna have to take a hammer. You can see a couple of these spots. I'll take my body hammer with the dolly, because I have a curved dolly, and I'm gonna lightly tap that. So, okay. All right, now if I cut this right, still a little warm. I know it's still gonna overhang in the back, but I haven't decided how much overhang I want to leave, if any, and if I just want to notch out in the lid here for the hinges. I might leave like an inch overhang on this. I'm not positive. Now I am going to have to take a piece of flat stock, because there's a little bit, I'm going to run that. Then I got something to bolt my last to the lock. And then that will keep this straight. And I got some 1/8 inch flat stock over there. But here, and I am going to build sides for it. But what I said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold a piece of cardboard, reach through so I can trace from the backside on the cardboard, transfer that into sheet metal, cut it out. And then I'm just gonna tack weld it all together, just keep going around till it's one continuous, and I'll do the same thing on this side. But, all right, my handle is gonna go here. So I cut another piece of sheet metal, and when I do the sides, I'll do the same thing, put a strip of sheet metal on the inside, so I got double thickness for support. I did wipe this down and use the flap disc, and then I wiped it with acetone. Now, since this is pretty thin, you're just going to do quick touches. You don't want to run continuous beads. You're just going to keep tack welding it. More across bead, you're just going to keep tack welding, you'll go next to it. But keep spreading your welds out so you don't get warpage. See, I did drill holes so I can get some welds in the center. Now, slow process, but don't rush it, or you'll start getting warpage on using this thin of a metal. This is only 18 gauge sheet metal. I'm not going to weld it continuous all the way around regardless. I'll just double up. Now what that's going to do is how this still has some flex. I could bow it. This side here now, gonna be a lot. You can't twist it. I'm not gonna do support all the way through, but I'm gonna do one on this edge, one on this edge, because this is where my hinges are gonna go. And then when I build my sides, I'm gonna use rubber straps. They come with a little clamp. So then I'll just run a strip up and down where that little clamp bolts to. And then all I gotta do is undo the rubber hook. It falls when I want to close this and that. So I'll just do a strip here and a strip here. That's gonna be the only support I'm gonna put in this. And we're getting our penetration. You wanna be careful so you don't burn through. So, all right, that's it. Okay, I got my front brace all tacked in. I got the sides in, a little bit more sanding, touch of tack welds, but the weld on the end. So, but we've been having single digit temps, so it's kind of been not a priority. Coming out when I can, but I did at least get the sides all welded on. She's pretty much ready for just paint, and so I'll get them couple strips tacked in, get the holes drilled, and then I'm gonna get it to the pump house, turn the heat on, use my propane heater, and I'm gonna get this painted, and then hopefully if we get a nice day, we'll get it onto the trailer. So that's where we're at.